Did you know at one time some silver dollars were sandblasted to keep them from being collectible? There's a reason for this. It's sad to say, but it happened. Now, something else. Are they good investments? I've got a lot of Morgan dollars here we're going to take a look at. And we're going to talk about collectability. Are they worth collecting? Are they worth, buying and investing in? What conditions and things like that? And just a little bit of history about the Morgan silver dollar. First off, I want to set the pace after talking about sandblasting and some of these beauties. A story that happened to me. Now, I've been in this business all my life, but it was part-time up until about 2009. I sold online. I was what you call a vest pocket coin dealer. I sold at flea markets part-time. I sold to people at where I worked. So I went 4 years college until 93. And then in 93, late 93, in December, I started working at the prison, a local prison. I was a prison guard, and I worked there until 2009, until I resigned. So 15 years as a prison guard. And during that time, I sold a lot of coins to some of the guards and as well as bought a lot of coins. And I also sold online, and then the internet was coming to the public, and everybody was buying computers. So then that really helped me a lot in the small area to be able to do the coins online and to start my website and things like that, my help site, my help community. Because I had that before I had the YouTube channel here. So anyways, the story goes like this. I had a friend that I work with. I went to the academy with, the training academy at the prison, and his dad passed away and left him some coins. And he wanted me to come out to the house and take a look at them. Now, this is early 2000s, probably, I don't know, it could have been 1999 to 2000, 2002, something like that. I went through all of his Morgan dollars, and he sold a few of them to me to resell, and I did that. And then he wanted to keep, I don't know, 30 of them just as a memory. But then I guess later on he got into a little bit of a financial situation where he wanted to sell the rest of them or just didn't want them anymore. So therefore, he somehow got a hold of someone else wanting to, that worked to buy them from him. I don't know why he didn't contact me. But anyways, I think I offered him maybe $1 less than he wanted or something like that on some of them. But anyhow, this guy was willing to pay him $13 a piece for Morgan dollars that look like this right here. Very finish and that grade. Some of them a little bit less, some of them a little bit more. And this, like I said, this is back whenever on eBay, they were selling for about that much, a piece. Silver was $3 or $4 an ounce, kind of low compared to what it is now. Now, obviously, it was a different time, but the point of it is that whenever the guy got all of them, he went through them, and he said he got to looking online, and he thought they were only worth like $10. So he said, "What'd you do? Did you buy all the best of them?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You bought the best ones and left me with the junk to buy." And I'm like, "What are you?" He said, "I don't like anybody messing with my money." This guy got upset at me. A fellow guard got upset at me, trying to accuse me of being crooked about something. And I didn't even do anything. All I did was buy what he wanted to sell, and the rest is what he wanted to keep. And he kept the lower grade ones, and he kept the lower value ones. And I told him, I said, $13 a piece, you got a good deal. I said, that's what they're selling for. That's the retail. Now, those same Morgan dollars that we're talking about in that grade, they sell for $35 a piece on average. $30 anyways. So it's in good shape, but it run a relationship with someone that I really must have not had a very good relationship with in the first place over the coins, But anyways, I've got a box of, I'm going to mix them all up here doing that. But these are the 21s that I have. These are the pre-21s. And the camera's trying to focus on this and this at the same time in my hands. So we're not going to be able to look at these like I want to. I'm going to move some of them out of the way, though, because I do have some really nice ones. But one of the things I want to talk about, this sandblasting incident. This is something that's worth looking into. So this is over in the coin world. A casino owner sandblasted silver dollars to remove collectability. This was something that he wanted to do because the massive amount of silver dollars that were leaving the casino, people were not, they were taking them out, and he relied on people using these Morgan dollars at the casino. They were like casino chips, basically. And it was in the early 1960s, people started collecting these. And so they started leaving the casinos because that's where they circulated a lot. That's why you see a lot of S mints, O mints that are worth more, even though their mintage is not that low initially compared to other ones, other coins, or other dates and mints. But yet their condition grade is really high, like a 89S or a 96O. They circulated. They circulated so much that the higher grade ones there's not as many in the high grades left. So anyways, and the casinos are out, west in Nevada and those areas and New Orleans. And so that's one of the reasons for that. We're looking at this incident, and it was at Harrah's Casino in Reno, Nevada, and it didn't work, obviously. It was dead wrong. The public removed the coins regardless of condition, but I've seen coins like this before. So that means the coin was sandblasted. So these Morgans have been cleaned, and they've been manipulated and played with and melted down, even melted down to make the 1921 Morgan dollar. Whatever you got all kinds of history with the Pittman Act. But most certainly, the Morgan dollar is a good series to collect. And the history of it, basically, George T. Morgan designed the Morgan silver dollar, and they ran from 78 all the way up to 21, even though they stopped at 1904 and then restarted them in 21, and then the peace dollar. Anna Wallace Williams was the school teacher that was featured. It was her likeness, side profile. It was... And now, obviously, here's George T. Morgan and all this stuff. You can go over on Wikipedia and you can check it out. But, Morgan dollars are probably the most popular coin out there. I mean, it's one of the coins that most people would identify with. Some people don't like it, but most people do. I mean, they're just extremely collectible. My favorite coin. I mean, I love Morgan dollars. And this is like the calls. We sell the calls for about $28 a piece in the shop. And just coins that have issues. I'll show you a few of them here while we're talking. I see these going up in value, not going down in value. As you can see, it's a low grade, has a lot of circulation, some little issues, but it's not a bad silver dollar. Make great gifts. This one here is all scratched up. You can imagine the story behind this. I mean, was it a bored, drunk guy sitting at a casino and scratching it up? Or was it a casino owner scratching it up to make it less collectible? Or was it an estranged husband or wife saying, well, if I can't have him, you can't have him? I mean, you never know what happened with this coin. Look at this. I mean, someone really played with it. They used probably a stick pin or something is what it looks like. Because they're made of silver. They're 90% silver. And they're soft enough to scratch. Here's a 91, really worn down. And 91O, it's a New Orleans mint. As you can see, it's really circulated. You just never know what these went through. How many hands, how many casinos, cash registers, collections. There's some more scratches on this. Sometimes they even painted them. They did different things to them, like nail polish is on this one here for whatever reason. That's a 21, so we'll but still yet being the call. It stays in the call bag there. But some people would think that are pretty decent. Maybe not call status. But call is C-U-L-L, and it's actually a coin that's cleaned, extremely worn, or damaged in some way. There's 1988. And really low-grade coins is what you consider a call. I stuck a little extras in these here because, I mean, there's a lot of them that are really bad. But then if you go through and you pick, you could probably get some decent ones out of here. So, that's one way I know about clean coins, and I know about, I've seen so many Morgan dollars, so many fakes out there. That's how I know, because I have a lot of experience with these. I see them a lot, go through probably, I don't know, a few thousand every year or more, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of what's out there. So here's some nice ones, here's some AU, but this still got some issues here. Almost consider that a call. I got some people who like to buy the AUs. If there's one thing that you want to collect, it's a large piece of silver, here's a 78, would be the silver dollar. It's got a little bit of issues. Some of these, this is how we purchased them. The price is not right. This came from a dealer. I don't know. That wouldn't be their prices, but just they bought them and just left them the way they are, I guess, I assume. Here's a 78. And I can literally take these and grade them. In other words, I could lay out a whole line of Morgan dollars and of each grade and show everyone. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually did a video showing the progression of wear from a Mint State 66 all the way down to a PO1 Morgan dollar. I'm going to take the clip out of that I'm going to add it to this video here. That way you can see that and you can see the progression. I think that would be a good addition to this video. You know what grades you can collect, because people collect these by grade. Sometimes they collect them just by date, just a date year, a date set collection. And this will give you a good indicator. And I'll obviously have the video link in the description and a pinned comment so that you can watch the entire video, because it explains grading Morgan dollars better than any video I think is out there. I personally put a lot into it and use my experience. I think it got a little over 12,000 views. I like to see it go even higher than that because it is very valuable. One other thing, before we get started, before we look at this wear progression, you really need to buy this book here. It's the Encyclopedia Morgan of Peace Dollars. It's Leroy Van Allen and George Mallis. This book is detailed. It has the VAMs, the minting process, how they do with the dies. It has a lot of images. It doesn't have everything that VAM World has as far as, because there's new things that's been discovered since, but this has information that you need to know about how they even made these. And this is one of the things I try to tell people. If you have this book, the details are here for identifying counterfeits. You know, date positions, the fonts that they used. There's a diagram in here that's very important. And you can see the different fonts. Like I said, highly recommend this book. But anyway, let's take a look at what happens when a coin starts out a Morgan dollar, mint state 66, and then obtains wear all the way down to poor 1.
So here's the grades in the mint state. Now, some of these will not vary much. I mean, they won't look much different. 63, 64, sometimes there's a crossover look. It's very difficult to tell the difference between a 61 and a 60. As you see here, this 61 looks a little bit worse than a 60. But as you're looking at this and you watch the coin slowly transform and from wear and all the hands that held it and the cash registers and the pockets that went in and out of and the machines that went in and out of, maybe the slot machines, you kind of get a feel for how this coin slowly, the metal was removed from it and how it became the look that it has, the patterns of wear that it obtains. And also when you're looking at the mint state grades, remember that they probably started off looking really nice, but they were shoveled, they were put in bags and things like that. So when you're looking at this, you're kind of looking at a history, the slow process of wear and coin metal being removed and details being obliterated basically by mostly hands, mostly friction against other things. So it's kind of neat to see it this way.
So I wanted to share that clip. Just it goes hand in hand with collecting Morgan dollars. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you check out the original video with a full-length video of the grading the Morgan dollars, the lifespan of the Morgan dollar. I'll have it, like I said, it'll be in the description and a pinned comment. I'll have the link for you. So I do appreciate everyone watching this video. Hope you learned something from it. I know that I still learn things. You just don't know everything about it. There's no way you can know everything about in this business. It's always great to learn, see new things, see it different ways. Sometimes it doesn't click one way, but it'll click another way. And that's why I try to teach things different ways. I try to change up some of the same information, but I try to change it up. So anyways, thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day.